Take a nice deep inhale, bringing those shoulder blades up to the ears. And as you exhale, let's bring them back and down. Bring your hands to your heart center. Begin rubbing your hands together. Start to create friction, create that heat in between your hands. And as you're creating this friction, check in with your body. And if you feel any tension throughout your body, send that tension, imagine it coming in between the hands. Any thoughts that do not serve your higher purpose or your highest good that may be lingering throughout your mind, send them here. Energy cannot be cannot be created or destroyed, but it can be transmuted. So take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, take your hands, place them on the ground. Many of you know this is grounding, but this is also an act of, we're practicing the law of equivalent exchange, which is one of the 12 universal laws. In this action right here, you're essentially allowing Mother Earth to take whatever's not serving you, any negative ion or any positive ions that may be throughout you. And in exchange, you're absorbing the negative ions that are beneficial from the earth to you. On the next inhale, we're going to come back up and we're going to sweep the hands up to the sky. Hands meaning an Anjali Mudra. And as you exhale, bringing those hands down to your heart center. Allow those thumbs to connect to your sternum. And in this moment, I invite you to set your sankalpa, your dedication for your class today. What brought you to the mat? Maybe you'd like to set the dedication for yourself. Maybe there's something you want to work on. Maybe you want to set the dedication for somebody you know may benefit from the energy that we're going to create today. But whatever you do decide, it is completely fine. This is your practice. My collective intention is for all living things, from the microcosm to the macrocosm, to live in abundance of love, health, vitality, and peace of mind. I would like to begin the class by uniting our voices in the sound of an Om, the universal sound of healing. Take a nice deep inhale, everyone. As you exhale, open your mouth and sigh it out. One more time. Inhale. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Inhale for Om. Next inhale brings those hands up to the sky. And as you exhale, allow those hands to come slowly gliding down to the side, releasing that intention to the universe, planting the seed. As your hands come down, bring that chin down to your chest. Nice tall spine, shoulder blades back. Lift that heart. Take a couple cycles of breath here. Feel the expansion in the back of your neck as you create space with every breath in between each vertebrae. On the next inhale, you're going to bring your hands to the back of your head. And as you exhale, push gently down a little bit further. Nice tall spine. Tuck that navel to the spine. Relax the legs. On your next inhale, you're going to keep your hands behind your head and you're going to bring the chin up to the sky. I'm going to take a couple cycles of breath here. Nice tall spine. Tuck that navel to the spine, activating the Uddiyana Bandha. Breathe. Create space in that throat chakra, allowing you to be able to speak your truth more freely. On the next inhale, we're going to bring the head back to center. We're going to inhale the hands up to the sky. And as you exhale, you're going to bring the left hand down to the mat and the right hand to the left side of your head. And you're going to bring that right ear to the right shoulder. Tend to your left fingers, nice tall spine. Breathe as we create space on the left side of the neck. Next inhale brings both hands back up to the sky. And now as we exhale, let's do the other side. So bringing that right hand down to the mat and the left hand to the right side of the head, and bringing that left ear and temple towards the left shoulder. Nice tall spine, lift that heart. Breathe. Next inhale, we'll bring both hands back up to the sky. And as you exhale, leading with the heart, we're going to come down towards the ground. Hands come to the ground, forearms, maybe even the forehead. Activate the Uddiyana Bandha so that you could come a little bit deeper into the fold. Breathe. Leading with the heart, that way you can avoid the arch in your back. Pushing down with those sit bones. And next inhale, we're going to slowly use our hands to come back up to center. We're going to switch the feet, bringing the top foot to the bottom and the bottom foot to the top. We're going to inhale the hands up to the sky again. Nice tall spine, heart lifted. And now as we exhale, leading with the heart, activating the Uddiyana Bandha, coming down to the ground. Breathe. Pushing back with those sit bones, activating the Uddiyana Bandha to create more space for you to come further, closer to the ground. And most importantly, if you feel tension, send your breath to that tension. Activate that Ujjayi breath. Next, inhale slowly using your hands to walk yourself back up to center. Exhale it out. Let's inhale the hands up to the sky. And now as you exhale, we're going to drop the right hand or forearm to the mat, leaning over to the right with that left hand. We're going to look up towards the ceiling and push down with that left sit bone. Breathe. Create space in between each rib with each nice deep inhale. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, send love and gratitude to that left lung for being so healthy and so strong. Next inhale brings both hands up to the sky. Really reach those fingertips up. And as you exhale now, let's repeat it on the opposite side, bringing that left hand or forearm to the mat, looking up towards the ceiling and pushing down with that right sit bone to deepen that stretch. Breathe. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, sending love and gratitude now to the right lung for being so healthy and so strong. Next inhale brings both hands back up to the sky. Really reaching forward. And as you exhale, bringing those hands back down. You're going to put your fingers behind your back, fingertips facing your seat. On the next inhale, we're just going to lift the hips. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift the hips and lift the chest. Exhale, bring it down. Next inhale, we'll lift the hips, lift the chest, and drop the head behind us. We're going to take a couple cycles of breath here. Opening up the front of the spine. Pushing those hips forward, lifting that heart, bringing the shoulder blades together. Breathe. Nice, strong hands, fingers spread wide. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, bring everything back down. Very slowly and gently. Placing your hands on top of your knees with the palms facing down. We're going to inhale the chest forward. And as you exhale, we're going to start rolling the torso to the right, curving the spine as you exhale back, completing the circle and inhaling as you bring that chest forward. Really exaggerate this movement. Let's get into those little corners of the hips that we don't normally get to. Leading with the heart as you inhaling it forward, curving the spine like a cat as you exhale it back, following the natural rhythm of your breath. Let's do one more complete circle. And then slowly, we're going to begin to reverse the rotation of these circles, coming in a counterclockwise motion, inhaling that chest to the front of the room, curving that spine as you exhale it back into cat, following the natural rhythm of your breath. We'll do one more complete circle, and then we'll meet at the top. You're going to bring the soles of your feet to the mat, bringing those knees as close to the chest as you can, wrapping those arms around your body, around your legs. We're going to inhale with a nice tall spine, lift the heart, and as you exhale, we're going to fold forward, and you're going to give yourself the tightest squeeze you've given yourself all week. Hug yourself as hard as you can. Tell yourself, I love you. Thank you for coming to the mat today. Thank you for setting the tone for the day, for the week. And strengthening that connection between mind, body, and spirit. Slowly, you're going to release that grip. You're going to lift your feet off of the ground and find your balance on your sit bones. Keeping that Uddiyana Bandha engaged, tucking the navel to the spine, keeping the back nice and straight and lifting that heart. Breathe. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, begin to roll back. We're just going to gently massage our spine as we roll back and forth. Waking up the spine on this beautiful Sunday morning, another day that we have been gifted, which is why it's called the present. And eventually we'll roll forward and meet in tabletop. Now when you're in tabletop, let's make sure that the wrists are directly underneath the shoulders. The fingers are nice and spread wide like starfish, and the middle finger is facing the front of the room. Make sure that those hips or the knees are directly underneath the hips. On our next inhale, we're going to drop the belly and bring the chin up into cow. And as you exhale, we're going to curve that spine, looking at the belly button, pushing the mat away with the hands into cat. You're going to continue cat and cow at the natural rhythm of your breath. The important thing is to match the breath with the movement. Let's do one more cat and cow. And on that next inhale, we'll meet in tabletop. We're going to inhale, extending the left foot behind us. We're going to tuck those left toes. And as you exhale, we're going to push back on that left heel. On the inhale, you're going to push from the balls of your feet onto the toes forward. And then exhale, pushing back on that heel again. Inhale it forward. Exhaling it back. One more time. Inhale it forward. Exhale it back to center. Inhale, lifting that left leg, cross it over the right, tuck the right toes, push back on that right heel, looking over that right shoulder. Breathe. Feel the stretch in that right hamstring, that left hamstring. Next, inhale brings that left leg back to center, keeping it hovered with the toes facing down. And we're going to extend that right arm in front of us. Looking down at the mat, really activating that left leg, activate the left glute, keep that right arm nice and activated. Feel as though you're being pulled by your hand and your foot. Activate that Uddiyana Bandha. Find that balance, use that breath. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, bring that elbow to meet the knee in the center. Inhale, extend it back out. Exhale, elbow meets the knee. Inhale it back out. Exhale, arm and leg come out to the side. Inhale back to center. Exhale it back out to the side. Inhale it to center. Exhale, come back to tabletop. On the next inhale, we're going to extend the right leg, tucking the right toes, and we're going to push back on that right heel. Inhale, bringing it forward. Exhale, push back. Keep that Uddiyana Bandha engaged. Inhale it forward. Exhale it back. On the next inhale, bring it forward. And we're going to cross the left leg over, or we cross the right leg over the left leg. We're going to tuck those right toes and you're going to exhale, pushing back on that right heel, looking over the left shoulder. Keep that Uddiyana Bandha engaged. Breathe. Next inhale brings that leg back to center, keeping it hovered, toes facing down. Extend that left arm in front. Keep those hips nice and square. Toes facing down. Right leg nice and activated. Activate the right glute. Breathe. Take a nice deep inhale. And on the exhale, let's bring that elbow to meet the knee. Inhale, expand. Exhale, elbow meets the knee. Inhale, expand. Exhale, arm and leg come out to the side. Inhale it back to center. Exhale it back to the side. Inhale it to center. Exhale it back into tabletop. We're going to tuck the toes and we're going to lift the knees, hovering them about 1 inch to 2 inches off the mat. You're going to take a nice deep breath. We're going to do 32 breaths of fire. So breath of fire is forcefully exhaling through your nose as you tuck your navel to the spine. All the breathing is through the nose. So take a nice deep inhale. Begin. When you finish, take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, lifting those hips, coming into your first downward facing dog of the day. Happy Sunday. Take a couple cycles of breath here as you walk the dog, bending one knee, bending the other, making sure that those hands are shoulder width distance apart. The fingertips are spread nice and wide, and the weight is evenly distributed throughout the fingers and the hands. Bringing both feet to the mat, we're going to inhale tippy toes. Exhale, blast it out. One more time, inhale tippy toes. Exhale, blast it out. Next inhale, we're going to roll it forward into plank. Exhale it back into downward facing dog. Roll it forward into plank on the inhale. Exhale it back into downward facing dog. One more time, let's inhale it forward into plank. Lower into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale it up into upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale it back into downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, we're gonna walk, jump, or float to the top of the mat. Inhale it up into flat back. Exhale it into forward fold. We're gonna grab opposite elbows here. And just for a couple cycles of breath, I want you to sway side to side. Really allowing that head to become heavy, activating the Uddiyana Bandha. Breathe. Bringing your hands down to the ground. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, hands up to the sky. Hands meeting in Anjali Mudra. Swan dive, forward fold as you exhale. Inhale it into flat back. Exhale, we're gonna plant those hands. We're gonna bring the feet back into plank. And we're gonna lower it into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling it up into upward facing dog or cobra. Exhaling it back into downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, walk, jump, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale it up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, hands all the way up to the sky. Maybe tilting your pelvis forward a little bit for a slight back bend. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, planting those hands, bringing those feet back into plank and lowering into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling it up into upward facing dog or cobra. Exhaling it back into downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale, one more. Exhale, walk, jump, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale it up, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, bringing those hands all the way up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, plant those hands. We're gonna bring those feet back into plank, lower into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale it up, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhaling it back into downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths in our downward facing dog right here. Reconnect with that breath. Next inhale, we're gonna lift the right leg up to the sky. And as you exhale, we're gonna bend that right knee and bring it into the chest and hover in plank. Inhale it back up to the sky. Exhale, bend that knee, bring it to meet the right elbow. Inhale it back up to the sky. Exhale, bend that knee, bring it to meet the right wrist. Inhale it back up to the sky. Exhale, bend that knee, bring it to meet the left elbow. Bring it up to the sky. Now we're gonna do all four. So exhale, inhale, up to the sky. Exhale, bring the knee to the chest, to the right elbow, to the right wrist, to the left elbow. Inhale it back up. Exhale, bending that knee, bringing it to the chest, to the elbow, right wrist, left elbow. Inhale it back up. Last one. Exhale, bringing that to the center, to the right elbow, right wrist, left elbow. Inhale it back up. Exhale, bring that right leg back down to downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Inhale, lifts the left leg up to the sky. Exhale, bend that left knee, bring it into the chest, hover into plank. Inhale that left leg back up. Exhale, bend that knee, bring it to meet the left elbow. Inhale it back up. Exhale, bend that knee, bring it to meet the left wrist. Inhale it back up. Exhale, bend that knee, bring it to meet the left or the right elbow. Inhale it back up. Now for the combo. Exhale, bring it to the chest, bring it to the left elbow, to the left wrist, to the right elbow. Inhale it up. Exhale, bring that knee to the chest, to the left elbow, to the left wrist, to the right elbow. Inhale it up. One more, we got this. Exhale it to the chest, to the left elbow, left wrist, right elbow. Inhale it up. Exhale, bring that left foot down. Now let's bring our knees as wide as the mat. Bring the toes to touch behind you and sink back into that first child's pose. Take this moment to reconnect with your breath. Breathe. Maybe rock your forehead side to side a little bit. I'd like for you to look up on your next inhale and tense your fingertips. All right, on the next inhale, let's tense our fingertips and look to the front of the class. And as you exhale, we're going to take the right arm and bring it underneath, threading the needle of the left arm, bringing that right ear and temple to the mat. Breathe. Try and get a good grip of the ground with the right hand. Feel that stretch in the right shoulder blade. And if it's there for you, on the next inhale, bring the left arm up and around behind you, trying to grab onto the right thigh. Breathe. Next inhale brings that left arm back in front of you with the fingers tented. Exhale. Next inhale, unthreads the right arm, brings it back to the front. Exhale, sink down to the mat. Inhale, come back up. As you exhale, we're going to thread the left arm under the right, bringing that left ear and temple to the mat now. Trying to grip the ground with that left hand, keeping the right fingertips tented. Breathe. And the next inhale, we're going to bring that right hand behind us and grab onto that left thigh. Breathe. Next inhale brings that right hand back up and to the front of the mat with those fingers tented. Exhale. Next inhale, unthreads that left hand, bringing it back to the front of the mat, and you're going to sink back down on the exhale. And on the next inhale, we're going to come back up to tabletop. Making sure that those hands are directly underneath the wrists, or the shoulders, the wrists underneath the shoulders. We're going to tuck those toes. We're going to take a nice deep inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to lift those hips back up to the sky, coming into downward facing dog. On the next inhale, we're going to lift the right leg up to the sky. And as you exhale, bend that right knee and open up that right hip, bringing that right foot behind you. Making sure the shoulders are nice and square. Breathe. Right, take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to bring that right foot all the way through in between the hands, coming into low lunge. In that low lunge, we're just going to rock back and forth for a moment or two. Coming back to center, you're going to place that right hand on the right knee. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to push that right knee off to the side, coming onto the side of the right foot and looking over that right shoulder. Make sure that left leg stays nice and activated. Don't let that left knee collapse. Breathe. Next inhale brings that knee back to center. Right hand on the outside. I'm going to drop that left knee and untuck the left toes. You're going to scooch your right foot forward just a little bit. And on your next inhale, we're going to sweep the hands up to the sky, coming into crescent. And as you exhale, we're going to sink into that crescent, bringing the hands together, pointer fingers up, lifting that chest, squeezing those inner thighs together, helping to support that lower back. Breathe. Take a nice deep inhale. And now as you exhale, let's straighten that right leg, bringing the hands on either side and just leading with the chest for a nice stretch forward. On the next inhale, we're going to rebend that knee. We're going to scooch that foot back to center, so it's direct. The knee is directly above the ankle. We're going to tuck the right toes and lift that left knee. On the next inhale, we're going to sweep the hands up to the sky, coming into high lunge. In this high lunge, you want to make sure that the hips are nice and square, that knee is not going over the ankle, and the hands are nice and strong to the sky. Breathe into that high lunge. Breathe. On the next inhale, we're going to straighten that right knee. And as you exhale, we're going to rebend it and come a little bit deeper. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, deepen. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, bring those hands down to the mat, framing that foot, bringing that foot back into plank, lowering into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling it up into upward facing dog or cobra. Exhaling it back into downward facing dog. Inhale the left foot up to the sky. And as you exhale, bend that left knee, opening up that left hip. Keeping those shoulders nice and square. Lifting that knee up a little bit higher. Breathe. Take a nice deep inhale. And now as you exhale, let's bring that left foot all the way through in between the hands, coming into low lunge. Rock back and forth in that low lunge for a moment. Coming to center, we're going to place that left hand on the left knee. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, let's push that left knee off to the side, coming onto the side of the left foot and looking over that left shoulder. Let's keep that right leg nice and engaged. Breathe. Next inhale brings that knee back to center and drops that right knee and untucks the right toe. Scooch that left foot forward a little bit. And the next inhale, come up to crescent, joining the hands, and as you exhale, sink into that crescent lunge, squeezing those inner thighs together, lifting that chest. Breathe. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, let's straighten that left knee, coming forward, leading with the heart, just for a breath. Next inhale, rebend that right knee, or that left knee. We're going to tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, and on your next inhale, we're going to sweep the hands up to the sky, coming into high lunge. Being mindful that the hips are nice and square, and that the knee is not going over the ankle, it's just above it or back here if it needs to be. Wherever, just as long as it's not over, we're good. Breathe. Next inhale, straightens that left knee. Exhale, rebend, come deeper into that high lunge. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, one more time. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, bring those hands down to frame that foot. Bring the left foot back into plank. Lower into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling it up into upward facing dog or cobra. And exhaling it back into downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to walk, jump, or float to the top of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Hands come all the way up to the sky. And exhale, hands come down to Tadasana, mountain pose. We're going to spread our feet in a wide stance, toes facing out, heels in, and we're going to bend our knees coming into goddess. We'll do a little bit of Kriya work now, evolutionary breath and movement. So the Kriya I'm going to share with you is Warrior Breath 1. Just some of the attributes of it is it helps create an alkaline state throughout your body, helping to raise your pH, which is good. When your pH is high, there's no room for anything that's bad. And it also helps clear any negative energies from your auric field. So we're going to bring our hands in front of us, palms facing each other. It's a 2-part inhale. So you inhale through your nose, bringing your hands into cactus like so. You lift that chest, shoulder blades back. The exhale is 2 parts through your mouth, bringing your hands back to where they started. So it looks like this. The key is to use your body's natural resistance. So act as though you're in water. So you want to use that resistance of your body. That's what's going to create like the fire in your body to get everything moving. So I'm going to begin. You guys jump in when you're ready. Two more. Slowly straighten your legs, hop your feet together, bring your hands down to your side. Find a focal point in front of you and find your natural rhythm in your breath. Feel how your body is working right now to kick out any toxins that do not serve you. Take your left hand, place it on your heart. Cover it with your right hand. Ladies and gentlemen, feel that amazing organ that is underneath there, just beating away, doing such a magnificent job for your well-being. This amazing organ that your whole life, it does its job without you even telling it one thing. So let's take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, send love and gratitude to that beautiful heart of yours and say thank you for being so strong and so healthy. And slowly bringing your hands down to your side. So we're going to do one more Kriya. So this is called Lion's Roar. So how it works is you inhale your hands up, right? And as you're inhaling your hands up, this year has been insane. We all know it's been a year from, I don't want to say hell because that's a perspective, but let's take this opportunity and use this Kriya to get out any frustrations that we have built up throughout these last couple of months, just to get out that any stagnant energy that does not serve us. So that way we could start walking into the new year a little bit lighter, a little bit more open to receive everything that's out there for us. So when you inhale your hands up, you inhale your hands up like this. And when you exhale, you bend your knees and you roar, you go, roar! I want to hear it, all right? We're going to do this a couple of times. Do not be shy. Seriously, let it all out. We all want to scream sometimes. Here is the invitation. Let it out. So let's inhale it up. Roar! Roar! together. Hands in prayer pose. Exhale it down. Let's keep our hands up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward fold. Inhale it up, flat back. Exhale, plant those hands. Let's bring those coming back into plank. Let's lower into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale it up into upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale it back into downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, let's jump into Malasana, into squat pose. This may be a little challenging for some of you, so let's just try as best as we can. Bring in the hands. You could bring the elbows inside of the knees to spread the knees apart, or if you're a little bit more advanced, you could bring it up here. You want to tuck that pelvis to the front so you have a nice tall spine. We're just going to take a couple cycles of breath here. Breathe. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, bring your hands to the mat and let's slowly just work our way down to the mat. We're going to bring our feet up in front of us. Give your legs a nice little shake. Maybe tap your thighs. All right. Let's remove any cushion from underneath our sit bones so we have that nice solid connection. Let's inhale those hands up to the sky. And let's exhale, forward fold, grabbing onto your feet, your ankles, your shins, whatever's there for you. Listen to your body. Your body's always talking to you. But do we stop to listen? Tuck that navel to spine, maybe deepen that stretch a little bit more. Next inhale comes back up to center. We're going to bring the hands out in front of us. Nice tall spine. And we're going to work our way down to the mat, counting back from 10. So inhale deeply and start working your way back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.5, 5, 4.5, 4, 3, 2. Let's hold it at 2. Hold it at 2. Hold it at 2. 2, 1, and bring it down. Whew. Take a moment here. Let's check in with the body. On the next inhale, bring that right knee into your chest. Give it a nice tight squeeze. And as you exhale, let's bring it across the body into a twist as we extend the right arm and look at the right hand. Let's be mindful to keep both shoulder blades nice and grounded on the mat. And breathe into that twist. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, bring that knee back to the chest. Give it a tight squeeze and bring it back down to meet the right. Shake the legs up and down. Windshield wiper them left and right. On the next inhale, bring that left knee into your chest and give it a nice tight squeeze. And as you exhale, let's cross it across the body, extending the left arm to the left and looking at that left hand. Next inhale brings that knee back into the chest, giving it yet another tight squeeze. Exhale, bringing it down to the mat. Give the legs a shake up and down. Windshield wiper the feet left and right. You're going to bring the soles of your feet to the mat, bending your knees, and you're going to scooch your seat as close to the heels of your feet as possible. On the next inhale, we're going to lift the hips up to the sky and interlace the fingers underneath, coming into bridge. Keeping those knees together, pushing the hips up, squeezing the inner thighs. Breathe. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, bring both knees to the chest. Give yourself another tight, tight hug. And exhale, release those feet back down to the ground. Bringing your hands down to the side. On your next inhale, we're gonna lift the right leg up to the sky. Breathe. Trying to keep it nice and straight. That right foot activated. If you wanna use your arms, you can. Keeping both hips nice and grounded. Maybe if it's there for you, yoga toe lock that right toe with your right hand. Breathe. Take a nice deep inhale. And if it's there for you, let's bring that right leg out to the side. Keeping that left hip nice and grounded. Next inhale brings that right leg back up to the sky. Exhale, bend the right knee and bring that right leg back down. Next inhale, we're gonna lift the left leg up to the sky. And if you yoga toe locked the right side, go ahead and yoga toe lock this side if you can. And breathe. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, let's bring that left leg out to the side now. Keeping that right hip nice and grounded. So if your right hip starts to lift, then that's as far as you go for now. Next inhale brings that left leg back up to center. And as you exhale, releasing that left leg back to the ground. Giving the legs a shake up and down. So let's bend our knees, bringing the soles of the feet to the mat. Now, we're gonna practice our shoulder stand. So if it's in your practice, go ahead and lift both legs up to the sky, coming onto your shoulders. I like to hold on to the side of the mat. And here we're activating the Jalahara Bandha, which is where the throat chakra is. Breathe. If it's in your practice, maybe bend your knees and bring your knees by your ears. Or maybe bring your feet completely behind you, over your head. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, slowly reversing the motion, bringing the back slowly back down, unraveling, coming down vertebrae by vertebrae. And then bringing your legs as wide as the mat, arms out to the side as we enter Shavasana. I'll be coming around with some On Guard spray. I'm going to spray your feet and spray some mint over you. A little bit of extra oomph. The light and love of divine healing flows into you now. Very slowly and gently, we're going to start to bring our awareness back into this space. Deepening in it our inhales and lengthening our exhales. Begin to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, maybe rock your head from side to side. Take a nice deep inhale, bringing your hands up above your head, point those toes and stretch like you're waking up from the most amazing nap ever. And then bring your knees into your chest, giving yourself one last hug for them. And then gently roll onto your right side, coming into fetal position. Enjoying the last few moments of Shavasana as our body absorbs Bringing our hands at heart center. I'd like to end the class today by uniting our voices one more time in the sound of a beautiful Om. Just take a nice deep inhale. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Wow, what a difference from the beginning of class. I love it. Let's do one more. Inhale deeply. Let's inhale for Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. The light, love, and divinity within me bows, honors, and respects. The light, love, and divinity within each and every one of you. Thank you so much for allowing me to guide you through your class today and for showing up for yourself. Namaste. Namaste. Woo! Namaste. 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 Namaste.
Thank you.
Yogis. I love you guys. Woo! Have a great weekend.
Namaste. Namaste.
You're so welcome. Happy holidays.
Have a great Saturday.
Great class. Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you.
Great class.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye, guys.